Good afternoon students, welcome to our Avrat Classes YouTube channel. I am Umar Kamlesan. Today I will take the chapter again rotational dynamics 1.9. Today we will cover torque acting on the rotational body. On last lecture we have seen kinetic energy and all. Again we have derived the total equation also. Now the case is instead of kinetic energy there will be torque. Same again. One diagram is there, one body is there, that body is made up of M1, M2, M3, M4, etc. That body is moving in anti-clockwise direction, again same, rest of the things are same. But in this case, new thing is there. That new thing is force I have written. On M2 there is F2 acting, on M1 mass there is F1 force acting. Similarly for M4 and M3 there will be F4 and F3 forces will be acting. Why acting? Students, consider this rotation anti-clockwise. The total body will get revolve or rotate around this axis. Means each and every mass of the body will also get rotated. How will it rotate? Because there will be some force acting on it. The force will acting because we know the definition. The force into displacement will be the torque. That is the unit is Newton meter. So here mass M1 and M2 is also having force F1 and F2 respectively, and its distance from the axis of rotation will be again R1 and R2 respectively. Same thing we are covering here. Again, torque 1, or suppose we will consider first force F1 on a body M1, let's say. It will be F is equal to ma. This is the basic Newton's formula. Okay, second formula, or we can say second law. For first body, we will consider M1A1. But our definition says A is equal to R alpha, where alpha is nothing but uniform angular acceleration. It is denoted by alpha over there. Okay? So I will just put the value F1 will be equal to M1 R1 alpha. But again alpha is constant. No need to mention 1 and 2 suffix. Just we will mention M1 R1 alpha. Similarly F2 will be M2 R2 alpha. Similarly for Fn it will be Mn Rn alpha. So what will be the total force? Total force, or we can say, if we want total torque, then we also know forces already here. So it will be torque 1 will be force into displacement F1 R1. F1 value is already given here, M1 R1 alpha. So it will be M1 R1 alpha. Already R1 is there, means it will be R1 square. Similarly, torque 2, that is torque applied on mass 2 will be torque 2. It will be M2 R2 square alpha. Similarly for tau n, for nth mass, let's say it will be Mn Rn square alpha. Expression asking about total torque. Total torque. So I will write total torque will be addition of tau 1, tau 2, tau 3, etc. tau n. So it will be torque is equal to addition of all. Here we will take common as a alpha over here. So I will write M1 R1 square alpha plus M2 R2 square alpha. I am increasing the total number of steps here. Similarly here, Mn Rn square alpha. Alpha will be common, so it will be R1 M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square, etc. Mn Rn square, and alpha is constant. But we know that this entity is moment of inertia, whatever we have seen in previous lecture, that is rotational dynamics 1.8. If you have not watched that video, you just go and have 1.8 video. Okay, so instead of this, I can write summation of mi/ri square, where I starts from 1 to n into alpha. Finally, we can write I from this, and there is alpha. This is the expression for torque of what? Rotating body. And our basic torque formula is force into displacement. Let's say F. Again, analogy is there. What analogy? Force alpha r. We know that for translation, we will have it torque is equal to force into displacement, and for rotation there will be I into alpha. Okay. Now there is one more point. That point is radius of gyration. Radius of gyration is denoted by A. Radius of gyration will be the term line. Suppose again body is there. Again suppose it is moving anti-clockwise direction. Now this body, suppose, will have some mass capital M. It is again will made up of M1, M2, M3, etc. etc. Suppose that mass body will have one point at which the total mass will be concentrated. You know that you are just moving that your notebook on your finger, and you just make revolution of that book. Means your finger will be act as a single point where total mass of that your body will act over there. Same case, suppose this total mass of body is having one point where total mass is to be concentrated. Let's say it is having some distance r. Suppose there is a mass. So its definition is, or its formula is, k is equal to under root I upon m. If you multiply or just squaring on both sides, you can also write it as a I is equal to mk square. Whichever formula you can keep in your mind, it is up to you. Okay. So definition will be, radius of gyration is nothing but the distance. Radius of gyration is nothing but the distance between axis of rotation, बोलो तो ये axis उसका distance है. Again, radius of gyration of a body is defined as the distance between axis of rotation and the point where total mass of body is supposed to be concentrated, is this, and which shows same effective moment of inertia at the same axis of rotation. So formula will be k is equal to under root I m. As it is nothing but the distance, its unit will be meter itself, and again its MLT we can say dimension. Dimension will be mass 0, length 1, and time is 0. This topic we will use in numerical as well as for MCQ. In CET, NEET and JEE, there might be chances of getting radius of gyration. So disc will be there, a rod will be there, a ring is there, cylinder, etc. topics are there. At that time, you just need to put this formula and have to calculate. So today we have learned total torque on that body and radius of gyration. Okay, I hope you have understand this topic again. Again we will have next session tomorrow. Thank you.